This is
I
the...
always had these themes of the apocalypse, and it sort of is about sort of whether it's okay to be a human being or not. I'm really interested in this idea of auto-destructive painting, because I sort of anticipate radical climate change that will kind of really disrupt human civilization. So I always make my paintings a little bit like the evidence of an atrocity that's happened, because in 100 or 200 years or 5 years,
all the ancestors, north, south, east and west, in, out, beyond, non-local time. Get your carbon credit on, get your astrotheology on, get your silver cord on, get your big waka sail on. Get your past life flashback on. Get your boundaryless body politic in. The gap. I am the environment. This is 25 years of selected drawings. First shown at Mint Gallery in Dunedin. Praises to the Eskdale. And the Mary McFarlane. Thank you for sharing the space with me, Mary. So, I'm not going to go on about semantics of insider and outsider, less to say that we're all outsiders in the regime of anti-human. My drawings are like a person who makes drawings because they feel and has experience. There's nothing out about that. It's central. Art is central to humanity. It is spirit, it is imagination, it is ego, it is pussy, it is dick, it is free play, it is innocent. It is the sacred, it is the profane, it is the eternal edge of gnosis, of knowing what and who and where and how. It was, it is, and it will be. This is not negotiable. This is not an algorithm. This is star stuff. This is consciousness. This is being and non-being. Yeah, sure, the holographic vacuum might reflect back from the dark black hole, the ones and zeros. Or we create, determining on the references. Anyway, this one's called The Weirdo. And this is a Patti Smith poem, The Salvation of Rock. Rock, like a sculpture, is the solid body of a dream. It is the equation of will and vision. And then she goes on about crazy horse, wounded knee, all that stuff. She was an American artist. I'm a New Zealand artist. This one's called The Weirdo because I got brought up by a mentally ill Bible basher, one-armed amputee, who was a violent asshole, and yet a playful eternal child who hitchhiked on my childhood. Yeah, I learned about the devil. Yeah, so I amplify my personal construct to a civilisational one, and in other paintings I unpack that a little bit more, like Naomi Klein talks about, the shock doctrine. You're not Tony, are you?
Sorry?
Are you Tony?
I think so.
Good, thank you. So, schizophrenic, trauma-based mind control, pop media, neoliberalist, global economics, digital AI, corporate colonialism, the education system, winning and losing, black and white, a crispier transfer rate, run, go to sleep, total war, international makeovers, energy and information. Hey, so this is a piston that turns into a centurion. The empire never ended. Philip K. Dick. This is a possum skull from one of my tramps. And an on-off switch from a special switch on a diesel Hilux engine. Hey, that's a Black Knight from a chessboard. But Black Knight is also an ancient orbiting satellite of conspiracy notions that may have been sending signals for 30,000 years. Hey, that's a denture underneath the balls of the Robo-Frankenstein Hail Hitler eugenics project of, I don't know, what other big words can we put on fascism and depopulation and slavery? Shall we call it debt, the economy? Thanks, Gran. This is a really mean one. This is called Mental Health Theories. Tangata hori hori. That's my big sister doublespeak, you see? Big sister doublespeak. That means people with a lie. Yeah. What's indigenous? You know? As class, you know, as being a corporate elite Maori, is that the same as being like a homeless, you know, pee addict in a car, you know, genetically, you know, racially? I mean, all those taonga or greenstone carried over the Alps, I mean, how many people got eaten because of the transport of that? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, same with us, you know, same with us. We're all immigrants for a, you know, corporate plantation. You know, this place was made for profit. This loop was found in a cave at Aramoana, where the slaves were kept. The peaceful New Zealand land right thing of Parihaka, they were kept in caves there. A lot died, a lot made stone walls in my neighbourhood of Port Chalmers. So this plastic piece of cave pipe was in there, and it's like a lasso, okay? So it's like a lasso grabbing you in. That's a piece of seaweed that I encrusted in resin, and that's some shears that look like horns, you know. So these notions of the beast, okay? You know, the system, the empire. Yep, but Marxist, but anarchist, yep. That's me. Solutions, well, we can talk about that another time. Down here, what you got is a lady. You got a lady. Stocks and bonds, mate. It's a bit of a reference there. They're like skulls, Carly skulls around her waist. Oh, it looks like a nuclear flag. Nuclear bomb. Oh, it looks like a brain. Oh, it looks like a brain and a nuke. Bank. Elite profit. Combo, poverty and crime. Steady on, James. Come on, mate. I'm a special bloody algorithm all on my own. This is a real chunky bit. Listening to some cunt fuck your mum all night. Don't want to live in your fucking world. Yep, that was me. And it might be a whole lot of other kids too. That's not a dig at mum, that's just a dig at, broken families, sexual revolution, boundaries, Oedipal complexes. Yep. I mean, thank fuck I didn't grow up with porn like the kids do today. Okay, we're getting a bit ribald on it, aren't we? Here's the talk. That's why these are big words, mate. These are big words. And they're funny. They're funny art academic words, aren't they? What do they mean? And then down here, this lady, she can tell you what they mean. She's a nice lady. She tells all people about art in Dunedin, and she comes and looks at my ones. And I still owe them 20 grand for that from fucking 17 years ago. But besides that, there is a community. And there is a sense of loss and hope for Aotearoa in an independent kind of way. This one was made outside. This is a single. I was very aware of sort of emulating Hoturi and Port Chalmers, everyone is. But I go to the back blocks, I go tramping, I go and do my mental gesticulations and conflicts in my head and, getting fit, losing the fat, and also pioneer reenactments. I didn't execute, I didn't electrocute myself putting in a light fitting in my house, and that's the old ceramic that came out off and on, here or not, you see? Yep. Oh, look, it's not that I'm terribly poetic or interesting, it's just merely that I do all this for 9 months alone. If you don't notice some segues of process and language, then there's something wrong with you, I'm just a regular human. It's my bird feeders, mate. I want yous to be the tuies. Swoop in, real ones. Little jet fighter tuies. Come and get your fed. Come and get your sugar water, Yeah. So this is an old piece of waratah from an ancient farm on Aramoana as well. It's been fossilised in the mud. And I'll put it on here as a reference to Anselm Kiefer, post World War II, Dresden guy, all that stuff. And then this is more like the Pacific, with climate change and chaos theory and butterfly wings and turbulence. These blue bits were made in Muriwai Beach. They were made in an art colony called Dunmuchin outside of Melbourne, and also they were made in Southland on the south coast, where I walked a lot, the Hump Ridge track and Dusky. Yep. And it's all tumbly, and I started ripping off all the old scabs off the doors, and I burnt them with coals, and then this bit looked more like this, looked smooth. It's all experimental and improv, because that's like my favourite music, like improv, New Zealand sound art. People like Anthony Milton, punk theatre bands like Stereo Assembly, Birchville Cat Motel, Alistair Galbraith, Dead Sea. This is my sort of extended whānau of arts workers, really. Your Cilla McQueens, your David Eagletons. This is the New Zealand sort of what you might call beat or underground or global actual current artists and endangered very rare species. Chuck him $1 on your cheese, buy a block of cheese, save an artist. Like in New Zealand, we import Australian artists, we import Chinese artists, I fought tooth and nail to get this in a public gallery, and I've been doing this around the bloody regions in New Zealand, dealing with it. Fucking bureaucrats who run it all and giving it away as I go, bless them. Some of them are good, and some of them are a pain in the ass. I'm providing the content for other people